Hey guys, welcome back to Outdoors with Seth. Today we're going to be replacing a sledgehammer handle. Yeah, let's get to it. So I was working on splitting out a stump here on the homestead, and was utilizing my sledgehammer, which I got at a antique store. And I knew the handle was in a little bit of a rough shape. I just didn't know how badly the handle was. So I'd already bought a handle, just it had not broken yet, and so therefore I was planning to utilize it until it did. So it failed catastrophically. Thankfully it didn't hit me. And yeah, so let's get this wedge pulled out of here, and then we'll get the new sledgehammer handle in, and yeah, we'll try to show you how all this goes together. All right. So I apologize for the noise in the background. We are currently without power again due to a tree falling on the power lines in the neighborhood. So we're running off a generator right now, and the generator allows us to still keep doing things around the homestead here. All right. So one of the things that we want to make sure is that when we're putting this on here, we want that to wedge right down in against here. So we're going to make sure that this actually gets in far enough on here. So and we see that's pretty tight up in there. So one of the things we're going to try is the drop method here. So you'll notice that we have it slightly above here, which is good because we're going to want to spread this out, and that it's just starting to dig in here. So one or two more times of dropping it on the back of the handle. All right, so that is now well seated up and against there. You can see that's nice and tight and just barely starting to break the surface on that, which is great, which means it's starting to bite into that. So then we're going to take our wedge here, which is actually slightly too wide. We're going to cut that down. All right. So now that's about the right width there. We're going to take this and we're going to insert that in there, and we're just going to gently set that in place. Or we're going to try anyways. All right. So you'll notice that that is now almost filled in the whole way around there up top. And if we actually look at it this way, we can see that that is slightly spread open, which is what we want. So now we're going to trim that flush, and then we'll put in our metal wedge. And the metal wedge we will actually put across like this, because the idea is that it holds all of these together. All right. So yeah, then same thing with the metal wedge as we did with the other wedge. We'll just put that in here. All right, and there we have it. A brand new Sledgehammer, ready to utilize. Now you'll notice that the handle is very shiny. It still has a varnish on it. We will, in a future time, take off the varnish. I'll show you how to strip that down, and then we're going to apply some boiled linseed oil to it. That's right here. And essentially what that'll do is that'll make this waterproof, but also the varnish right now, if I was to use it with my bare hands, I would get blisters out of it. And by stripping off the varnish and using the boiled linseed oil, we can smooth out the handle and it'll actually prevent blisters. So won't have to worry about wearing gloves or anything like that in the future. So we'll do that at a future time because we're in the middle of a project and essentially we just want a new handle on it. And yeah, I figured I'd bring you guys along, see how to quickly replace that. That whole thing took somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 or 8 minutes total, including setup time. So yeah, all right. See you guys later.